Hello, my name is Jonathan Schoonover. I am here today to talk about our budget for our final budget for the wish list of EDU 528. I found this very interesting. I learned a lot going through this about what athletic directors go through and how different coaches, don't understand why can't we get this? Why can't we have that? Well, the budget didn't allow for it, or it's not a priority right now. So um, anyways, I went down. As you can see on my screen here, we got $60,000 to work with here on 10 sports. So here I'm going to go. We got men's volleyball. Um, I went ahead and said, they wanted 10 practice balls. I went ahead and narrowed that down a little bit for five. We got the uniforms, the tops, the bottoms. We went ahead and got those. Good for this year. Um, the setter ball. We went down the list and got what we needed. We took out what we did not need, and I took out about I'd say $4,000 on the men's volleyball. Dropped that down a little bit. We went to the women's volleyball. I said we didn't need to buy team T-shirts. The players can buy those since they're going to keep them anyways. Um, Instead of going 12 composite volleyballs, I like the idea of going to composite volleyballs. They're a little bit cheaper, but we went ahead and went 10. We'll just add 10 every year if we need them and go from there. Um, then the jerseys, instead of getting 40, I thought we'd just go with 20 for home jerseys. That way, next year we can get new away jerseys, kind of break that up a little bit. The zip up for coaches, not for this year. Could not see it working out in the budget this year. Nike shoes for the coaches. Coaches can get their own shoes this year. Maybe we can put aside for that for next year. But for right now, I think that's something coaches can get on their own. Um, Nike jackets and pants for probably travel is what they were wanting that for. In fact, that's what they said they wanted it for on their wish list. I said not this year. They can wear dress clothes to the games. That's a pretty right there. That's quite a bit of money just for travel, in my opinion. Nike shorts, team shorts or jersey, however we were going to do that. I went ahead and kept that. Um, the carts, thought we only needed two. We've got one already in the closet. Thought only two more would be fine. Um, Equipment bag, thought we'd just stick with one right now and go from there. Um, Nike backpacks for all the players that go out, 40 of them. I thought, nah, players can provide their own bags this year. Team shoes, no, we can buy their own shoes. They can choose the color, but they buy their own shoes and they get to keep their shoes. The school buys them. The school's going to need to keep them. Knee pads, like I said, we can provide them with a cheaper cost of knee pads, but they can buy them and keep them, and that way they can take them with them. Team socks, same way. So I reduced that from 20,000 to 5,723. We'll move on to boys soccer. There was just three items that I went ahead and said, nah, not this year. Replacement net, I thought we would just go ahead and purchase that. We'll go ahead and purchase that as needed. If something goes out, we can always, patch up the one. I don't see a net being torn up completely where we can't patch it up for the time being, and then for the next game, next couple days, and get a new one in. Jerseys, I thought the jerseys looked okay this year, so we're going to stick with what we have for another year and keep on the rotation that we're on. The women's soccer, they wanted jerseys and shorts. It's their turn for the rotation. I went ahead and figured everything up, and we're good to go on this here. They've, we didn't veto anything for girls soccer. Boys basketball, they wanted a total of $13,000. I didn't think the goal setter was necessary, so we went ahead and took that out. And then we took out the shoot training aid. I left that to strength condition. We have one up there in the strength conditioning. Mouth guards, no, we're not going to buy that for the students in basketball. It's not a mandatory piece of equipment. They are more than welcome to wear them and buy their own. I think they can get that for $1 at Walmart, something like that. The score flip, instead of getting 4 of them, I thought, well, we can just get one. We can use the scoreboards in practice. We can do different stuff like that. Clipboards, we'll minimize that to 1 for the head coach. The score books, 5. We need to keep that. You always got to have a score book. I went ahead and the bottles, instead of getting 2 of them, and we went ahead and got 1. That's enough for the team to have on game day. They can share those. We can teach them not to put their mouths on it if we don't have enough. But I think we've got plenty through different sports and whatnot. We're good to go on all that. As we go down to girls basketball, they wanted 6,000, and I reduced that down to 1,000. They wanted, they wanted uniforms. We went ahead and left the practice balls, but they wanted uniforms. Obviously they're not on the rotation. Women's soccer was, so we got them theirs, but vetoed that. And backpacks, I thought, well, since the boys soccer wanted them, we didn't get them for them, that they could also provide their own backpacks. I think that's something we'll look into for next year's travel bags. But for now, we're not going to go with that. Gator water bottles, they wanted a few of those, $6 for 25 of them. So we went ahead and got that. 15 ball cart. No, we're fine. We've already got some carts for the balls and whatnot. That's taken care of. The score books, got to have the score books. We kept them. We decided warm-ups only for varsity. We'd take 15 of them, so that took out a little bit of the cost there. The nets, we can order 10. We ordered 10 in the boys' budget, so we're going to take that out of the girls' budget. And cones, instead of getting 15, we went ahead and got 10 of them, so that was like $30, $31 running there. Jump ropes, no, you can use what's in the weight room or use from basketball or other sports that we have jump ropes already. Practice uniforms, no. They can buy their own practice uniform, so they can keep that. That's just something they can keep and have. Baseball, we went ahead and took out the pitching machine, which knocked down that budget quite a bit. The lineup cards now, we can use a note cards, those little note cards to start off with. Then we got the heavy duty nets. No, we're good with the nets that we're using right now. We've got all those. Let's see, small ball bucket. And the small ball machine is something that I did not see on the baseball list, but I think it's necessary for a baseball team to have. I priced that at $3,500, and I was going to put that on next year's list. They do need a small ball machine. We can collect some 5-gallon buckets. There's no reason to buy a small ball bucket when I can just get all the buckets we need. Extended strike zone, I went ahead and we got 1 this year. We'll get maybe 1 or 2 next year. So we cut that budget almost in half. Wrestling, they wanted a $1,300 budget. We narrowed it down to they wanted a $13,000 budget. We narrowed it down to about $8,000. We got rid of the takedown machine. We got plenty of kids out for that. The throwing dummy, we thought we could use the weighted dummies that the football have, since they're not in the same season when we use those. The battling rope, nope, we've got a few of those in the weight room already. They can get up there and use. Warm-up suits, no. They can use the track suits to warm up this year. We can use those since they're in different times. And then a boom box. We decided no, there's a sound system already in place in the locker rooms. If they want to use travel, I think they could take their, all the kids got their own cell phones with earphones in them. I think that'll be fine for now. Boys track. Let's see, boys track. It's this is about a $12,000 bill that they were wanting there, so we narrowed it down to $7. We took out the starting blocks. We cut the hurdles in half to 4. We'll replace 4 a year. I think we can mix and match and fix some of them that are already broken. Looking at that, instead of 35 sweatsuits, we went ahead and cut that in half because I found them a little bit cheaper with a private company. So that's going to help that cost big time right there. Cut it in a little more than a half. So, and then the backpacks, thought it was okay to get those. And the discus cage we went ahead and took out. So that made, that took out quite a bit also there. So that made it $7,209. Discus cage, we got one right now. It's kind of getting worn, but as you see that star right there, we'll find something later here. After going through the wish list, we had a $60,000 budget. I went ahead and cut the budget down. After budget's cut, I took away $33,279.81. That left us with $50,000. So that gave a difference of $9,748. So I went back up and I thought, well, there's a couple of programs that said that they had some things on top of their list. Girls basketball, we went ahead we'll just start here with the baseball program, the pitching machine. They wanted a pitching machine. And we'll go back up and look at the pitching machine. That will cost us, let's see, pitching machine right there. That's obviously before taxes, but we're going to estimate on that. And it brings our total to $6,948. Girls basketball uniforms, talked about that a little bit ago. I thought they are getting pretty raggedy. Girls program's been pretty successful. They're going to need some new ones, so we went ahead and pitched in and bought that for them. That brings us to $4,823. And the discus cage, we went ahead and got that. That's $2,000 and bought that for them. So that's $2,823 left in our budget. I thought we'd keep that in case we need that replacement net and a few other things during season. This was a great experience. It kind of opened our eyes to what we're needing to focus on, kind of the financial part of the athletic director part of it. And it was very interesting. I like the pinch numbers here, but this has been a great experience. And that is all I have for my EDU 520.